I'm going to talk to you about the International Thespian Society. Okay, what do you hear when, or what do you think of when you hear the word troop? Think of Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or soldiers. Well, when I think of troop 1038. This is the number that I have lived with for the past almost 4 years, and I'm going to tell you about what it means. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the history of Thespian Society, how to become a thespian, and the point and award system. It all started in spring of 1929 when 3 men, Dr. Paul Opp, who was a professor at Fairmount State College, Ernest Bavely, who was Opp's secretary, and Harry Lieber, who was a teacher at East Fairmount High School. They had many meetings, and they wanted to figure out a way to honor their the theatrical students, the ones that put out more than other students did. And they had troop number 1 was for Natrona County High School in Casper, Wyoming. At the end of the 1928 to 1929 school year, there were 71 troops in 26 states. 1935, the organization got a new name. They thought it'd be more sophisticated, so they came out with this really long name that was the National Thespian Dramatic Honor Society. And by this time, there were at least 320 troops around the United States. In September of 1938, the first annual play survey was published. For their 10th anniversary, they had a national broadcast that went over the NBC radio. In October of 1939, the second annual play survey, You Can't Take It With You, made the list. And then that previous December, You Can't Take It With You was on Broadway. And this was the play that we did for the spring. June of 1941, there was held the National High School Drama Conference and Play Production Festival. It was basically a 6-day event that you had to pay $2 to get in, which back then was a lot of money. Now we'd be like, yes, please, let's go. And then the total cost after everything, after you got where you were staying and your food, it was $11. Then after Pearl Harbor, thespians decided to raise money to buy play scripts for U.S. Army posts around the world because they couldn't get anything and they thought it'd be nice. So they had a big part in after the war was going on and everything. As of October 1945, the organization decided to stay with the name National Thespian Society. And as of April 50, Ernest Bavely dies of a heart attack, which, if you don't remember, that was Opp's secretary. And by the time the 25th anniversary came around, there were 1,432 troops in 48 states. In 1982, the name is changed to Thespian Festival, so we still have that today. In 1995, the name of the whole society was just Thespian Society. Today, there are over 100,000 thespians and 3,900 schools that participate. Okay, to become a thespian, you have to have at least 10 points, which I will show you. And a thespian is like the first you can become, and that's more the bottom of the list. And you can work your way up to International Honor Thespian or an officer. You see that? Okay. Well, up at the top, there's acting, production, business, directing, writing, miscellaneous, and just regular stuff that we all go through. They're all the, okay. If you have a higher position in the production, which is like the major role versus the understudy, you're going to have more points. So in this, the major role is worth 3 points, and the understudy is only worth 1. So acting is the on-stage work, and the lower points with 1 point are the walk-ons, the chorus, if you dance, or an understudy. The next is production, which is setting everything up and getting it all ready. And if you're a manager of anything, then you will be getting more points than someone who just works temporarily. An example would be the stage manager would be getting more points than the video editor. And then after that, it's business time. This is getting people in the doors, making sure everything goes smoothly or as smoothly as it can go. Skipping to the officers down at the bottom is how you're represented through Thespian Society. The top position is the State Thespian Officer, or STO, and the next is President. After them, it'd be Secretary, and then the Vice President. Then this is the award system, and like I said before, you have to have at least 10 points to be a thespian. But students usually don't stop there. They want to get as most out of their thespian career as they can. Then once you become a thespian, you get a certificate, and then after that, if you get 50 points, you become honor thespian. Then skipping to 120 points will make you national honor thespian, which means 11-star thespian. And as you work your way up the list, that all goes on your certificate, and you can get ribbons, and the points will transfer. And then last but not least, there's an international honor thespian, which is 17-star thespian at 180 points. Then lastly, I will talk about the Hall of Fame. Okay, everybody here knows Miss Shaw, right? All right. Well, she was in the class of the 1998 Hall of Fame, and she was the former director at South Alabama. And to become the Hall of Fame, you had to have a list of things to go through, such as someone would suggest you for the part, and then you would have to write a paper. Now that I've told you the history on how Thespian Society became how it is, how to become a thespian, and showed the point system, how to become on the Hall of Fame, go out for your next play and become a fellow thespian. Thank you.